Hey there folks. Today we're going to be looking at Harley Davidson CV carburetor, specifically off or on a 1988 Sportster 883. Now the issue I've been having with this carburetor is that when you turn on the petcock, it leaks out the overflow. So obviously we got something wrong with either the float or the valve or something like that. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to take the bowl off, we're going to have a look and see what we can find. So let's get to her. Okay, so we got the bowl off and we got the 4 screws, we got everything out, float. The one thing I did check as well when I had this out, I put it in some water just to see if it would leak, if anything like that is wrong with it. This looks good, there's no issues. I've also had a good look at this guy, and I didn't see any problems with this either. Everything moves freely. Now this obviously, this sits right on there. So as the float comes up, this valve goes up, stops the flow of gas. And something is preventing this from stopping that gas. So let's have a look at the actual carburetor itself. Okay, so the carb is still on the bike as it is. I just pulled off that bowl. And I'm looking around now. That valve goes right in there. And if you can see, I'm hoping you can see, there's a little piece of something blue in there. Now I had just a little tiny screwdriver in there, just moved it around. It's free moving, whatever it is, but looks like that may be the culprit that's not allowing that valve to seat properly. So we're gonna see if we can't get that out of there. Okay, so there's what came out. I'm not even sure what that is, to be honest with you. But it was just hanging in there as you saw. So I'm gonna put things back together, make sure everything's clean, and we're just gonna see how it works and take it from there. Okay, so we got it back in, and as you can see, that valve goes up. When the float goes up, that shuts off the oil, or sorry, the oil, the gas, lets it back in. So we'll see how she works now. Okay, so that did not solve the problem. When I had the bowl off though, I did turn on the petcock to see if this would work. And when I move the float up, it does stop the gas from coming out. So it is seating properly, but it's coming up high enough that it's still overflowing. So what I'm wondering is this too short? Is it not stopping the gas in time for it to overflow? And this is a new kit that was put in here not that long ago. So I'm just wondering, unfortunately I didn't check the old valve to see, but we're gonna find out. So I bent this tab just a little bit, just to see if that makes a difference, and we're gonna go ahead and try that out. Okay, so I think we got it licked. I got the petcock on. We are no longer leaking. I had the bike going for a little bit here just to make sure. So far, so good. I think we got her figured out. So, apparently I didn't have that carburetor licked. It had me licked. I could not get it to work properly. If the bike ran good, then it leaked out of the carburetor. With the engine off and the petcock still on, it would leak gas everywhere. And if I got it to the point where I could get the leak to pretty much stop, it would run like crap or not run at all. It would sputter, it would cough, it would backfire. I did everything I could possibly think of to that carburetor. It was off the bike, it was cleaned, it was adjusted, it had a new carb kit put in it, everything. And nothing I did could get that thing to run properly. So in the end, I thought to myself, this is a 1988 carburetor. Who knows what's wrong with it? I've had it. I'm not spending any more time on it. And I took some advice from the mighty Dirty Harry Callahan in Magnum Force. And he said, a man's got to know his limitations. And I do. So I gave up. I quit. I said, that's it. No moss. I can't do it anymore. I don't know what's wrong with this thing. And I broke down and I bought a new carburetor for it. Spent about $300 on it. But this should work. So that's my plan for this Saturday, is going to be sitting in front of the Sportster and changing out a carburetor, getting that kind of tuned up and seeing how it's running. So could be way worse if it's just a carburetor issue. It could be way worse on a 1988 Sportster. So all in all, live and learn. But that's the video for today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like, share, subscribe. And that's it for today. So have a good night.